Hello, my name is Anneta, and I am with Perfectly Normal in the classroom. While listening to my colleagues, I realize once more of the responsibility that carries the teacher's job to introduce children to picture books. We choose the books, we introduce them to children, then this way or another we lead the discussion, we prepare some materials in advance. So although we try to follow our students, in a way we are the ones in charge, at least in the beginning. And we all look at the books from so many different angles. So once more we realize that it is really important to be aware of your preferences, about your strengths and weaknesses while choosing books for children. Perfectly Normal, a perfect book for children. To me, this book is about identity, about finding your way to find your identity, to understand it, and finally, the most important thing, to accept it. This is why I started with giving children the silhouettes, of course blank silhouettes, which they were to color, to draw, to give it certain identity. And then at the back, I hope it's possible to see it. At the back, I wrote some guidance because there were some things that I wanted my students to revise. That was name, age, birthday, country, phone number, email. I wanted to teach them to read emails in English, email addresses, brothers, sisters, favorite food, hobby. Of course, we can add up as many things as we want and as many things I feel our students would be comfortable with. This way children created a person, a kind of a person, giving it name and identity. Then they were presenting the people to other colleagues. That was lesson 1. In lesson 2, we started by looking again at our creatures and asking ourselves whether something was missing or not. I mean, how much do we know about the person? And I led the discussion towards the point where we agreed that we have no information about the personality of the figure, creature, person, you name it. And then we revised some adjectives about personality, such as brave, selfish, easygoing, tolerant, friendly, possessive, sharing, kind. And then we try to divide these features into positive and negative. Of course, being aware that some might be both positive and negative. Then we read the book. We read it slowly, we went through it, stopping, discussing, asking questions. And when finished, I asked students to trace their hands on a piece of paper and create kind of wings for the person they created, and on the fingers write some of the adjectives we discussed before, or maybe adding others. In fact, just giving the person certain psychological identity, let's call it. Working with children is a bless. The lesson was a great success. Children like it very much. But what really made me happy is that at the end of the lesson they kept introducing the new friends again, and suddenly completely it was without any encouragement from me. I even didn't know the song. They started singing, "I believe I can fly." They only knew the chorus, "I believe I can fly, I believe I can touch the sky." And that was incredible. I felt deeply moved because it seems that they understood the message of the book. One last remark is that those of you who live and work in Poland might use the book the way I use it as a follow-up activity. There is a translation of the book into Polish, and here the name Norman has been substituted by the name Adam, and the title is completely different. So is the translation. So it's a very, very interesting lesson with students age, let's say 11, 12, to discuss some points, and also to maybe to lead a discussion towards the connotation of certain names in different languages. Altogether, a wonderful book that I do recommend. And see you next month.